What's going on? It's Sean. We're back at it again. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the importance of your circle of influence.
Here we go.
If you are finding my channel for the first time, we're all about self-help and entrepreneurship. So if that's something that interests you, I encourage you to subscribe. With that out of the way, let's jump right into it. So what is your circle of influence? Well, it's the people that you keep closest to you, the people that you surround yourself with, whether it be your parents, other close family members, or your friends, whoever you really just spend the most time around. And so oftentimes when you're growing up, it's either kids at school or really your parents. And I was very blessed to grow up with such great parents that taught me really good core values. Like my dad always told me, that I could be anything that I wanted to be. So he really gave me that positive reinforcement. And I still to this day remember doing my homework at the kitchen table and my dad saying,
"Son, you could be the president of the United States."
And that is just really something that stuck with me and I think really helped the positivity within me, because just hearing that at such a young age really just gave me that, again, positive reinforcement that really helped cultivate my positive attitude. And I mean, my mom too, she always showed me the power of hard works. She often worked 2 to 3 jobs to make sure that we never went without anything. And she always provided such a great quality of life. And for that, for both my parents, I'm eternally grateful. And I can hear her in the back of my head to this day when I'm like out shoveling or mowing the lawn or doing anything that I know that I need to do. I can just hear her saying,
Don't half-ass it.
because she always would say, don't go out there and just half-ass it. And that's another thing that stuck with me and helped build the person that I become, just going off those good values that they instilled. Now, the point here is this: when you're younger, you can't control really what's around you. But when you come of age, if you're a certain way, it's not your fault that you're like that, but it is your fault if you continue to stay like that. And I'm not saying you're a bad person as you're watching this, but again, this video is just going to question who you keep so closely around you. So for most people, maybe even you, your circle of friends is your sphere of influence. Those people definitely have inputs and opinions on what you're doing, how you're doing it, and so forth. And really, you got to take into consideration that they may not always have the best interests in heart, not because they want you to fail, but when they're telling you something, when they're giving you a piece of advice, it's really more from a point of view of, listen, Sean, I don't want you to fail. And this is why I'm giving you this advice. They're not saying these things, again, to hold you back. But if you listen to them, it could be the reason why you don't fly. And I'm not saying not to hang out with your friends. Like, of course, you can enjoy some quality time, hang out, drink some beers, do whatever you like to do. All I'm saying is that they may have grown up with a different ideology, or they may be giving opinion to you based upon the limits they've set in their own mind, when truly, you're the only one that can set the limit for you. Whatever you believe can happen and you work hard enough for will happen. But the problem is a lot of people get to a certain point and then they take the opinion of someone, whether it's a friend or not, that really hasn't done what they're trying to do. And that's the biggest piece of advice I can give you in this video, is that audit the input of someone who's giving you advice. And the 2 questions I always ask myself when someone's trying to give me a piece of advice is, 1, have they done what I want to do? Or 2, are they some sort of expert in the field they're giving me advice on? If the answer is no to both of those questions, then see you later. That advice really isn't sound to me. Now, if someone like Andy Frisella, came up to me and said, hey, you're doing this wrong, I'm going to take that to heart because I know that he's done things that I want to do. So again, maybe your friend is an expert in some sort of field that they're giving you advice on. Of course, value that opinion. But if they're not, then don't waste the mental energy trying to even counteract them. Just take it, let it go in one ear and out the other. Because again, most of the advice that you're going to get from people is not to hold you back. It's that they don't want to see you fail. They don't want to see you go through the heartache of failing and being down in the dumps and not getting what you want right away, because let's face it, there's no way around it. We're all going to fail at some point. We're all going to have to go through trials and tribulations and overcome and persevere these obstacles. But if you stick with it, you can do it. Take it from me, someone who's fallen on his face plenty of times in life. It's much, much sweeter when you get back up and you do what you want to do rather than listen to someone and ask yourself, man, what if I had just done that thing instead of taking advice from Joe Schmo over here? So make sure you keep your circle close and make sure you audit the people in your circle, or at least the people that you're valuing opinions on, because again, there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of people trying to give advice on things that they really shouldn't be giving advice on. And again, it's usually not for the sake of hurting you. It's just trying to not see you fail. In their minds, they would consider it helping, but you know there's more. That's why you're watching this video. You know that you're destined for more, and that's why you shouldn't take everyone's opinions to heart. So audit your inputs, audit the inputs of your circle of influence, and make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people, because as the meme goes, if you surround yourself with 4 successful people, you'll be the 5th. And I truly, truly believe that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you slap a like on this video and share it. It helps YouTube know that this is a good video and you don't know who may need to hear it. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Signing off.